Hey, what are you doing in here? Welcome back to my channel. I'm making empanadas today and I got a bunch of stuff left over from the weekend. I'm gonna grab a few stuff out of my refrigerator and I'll meet you back at the counter and I'll show you how I make my dough. See you in a bit. So to start off making my dough, I'm gonna use 4 cups of flour, 14 tablespoons of butter. I'm using salted butter. I'm going to add a teaspoon of nutritional yeast. This is optional, but I put it in everything. A beaten egg and 3/4 of a cup of warm water or milk. I'm using half and half. That's all I have. Right, so to my bowl, I'm going to go ahead and add 4 cups of flour. There's 2, so 2 cup measuring. Use any kind of flour you have, all-purpose flour. This is what I have. 2 cups of flour. 4 cups of flour. There's 14 tablespoons of butter. I'm using salted butter. I have a teaspoon of nutritional yeast. I'm adding a half a teaspoon of salt, Redmond salt. And then I'm going to go ahead and use this and cut in some of this butter until it resembles a coarse meal. And then I'll turn it out onto my counter and I'll knead it for a few minutes. And then I will cut them into those circles. If you don't have one of these, you can just use your hands. I made these quite often when my boys were little. I didn't make them from scratch. I bought the wrappers from a grocery store from Goya, but I can't find them where I live anymore. I'm using 1 egg that I've beaten up. And I have 3/4 of a cup of half and half. You can also use milk or warm water. I'm gonna go ahead and mix this well. So this is what the dough looks like. And I've already cut some off and I've divided them and I rolled them into small rounds. What I'm gonna do is set that aside. I cut out a couple pieces of parchment paper. I'm gonna go ahead and put one down, kind of like a press. I'd use my tortilla press if it wasn't buried in storage. And then I'll go ahead and put another one, and I just have a glass jar. I'm just gonna smooth it out to get it started. Dump it on my board, and then I'm just going to roll it out to the size that I want. And then over here I have some pepper jack cheese left over from the weekend, so I'm just going to put a little bit here in the center. You don't want to put it all the way to the end because then it'll kind of squish out when you try to seal it. I have a premium white chicken, a fajita flavored. Obviously it's past its expiration date, so I'm cleaning out my little pantry too. Don't need any extra spices, so I'm going to just put a spoonful of that on here. And then I'm going to go ahead and seal it up. This will stretch really nice so you can get your ends to meet. Push them together, roll it on its side, use your fork, and then you're just going to crimp it along the side, the edge. Go ahead and crimp it along the edge, and then use it to poke some holes on the top so the steam can escape while it's baking. I'm going to do another one. Press it down. These are so fun to make. It's already starting to get warm. I need to chill my dough, I think, a little bit. A little bit in the middle. Add some chicken. And I think this one, I think I'm gonna put a green olive that has a sliced jalapeno in the middle right there. I don't know about you guys, but I love olives, I love pickles. I love pretty much anything that is salty and sour. I'm gonna go ahead and make a few more, and when I'm done, I'll bring you back and show you what I got. The last thing that I need to do is brush them with some egg wash. Then the egg wash will have them come out just a beautiful, nice golden brown. But I'll go ahead and do a few without egg wash, just so you can see the difference. I encourage you, after many years of making them without the egg wash and just baking them in the oven, you're not going to want to skip this step. Unless you're low on eggs or you're on a tight budget and you can't afford it, you can always brush it with a little milk or even a little bit of water. Get that egg wash all over. They're going to be nice and golden brown. I'm just going to do one without the egg wash. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pop these in a 400-degree oven for about 20 minutes. Keep an eye on it. I'm using a little toaster oven that it has an air fry function. So just keep an eye on it. You don't want them to burn, but just until they're nice and golden brown. I'm also gonna use some leftover seasoned ground beef, some olives that were stuffed with garlic and jalapeno, and then I have 2 hard-boiled eggs. So I'll go ahead and I'm just gonna put a little bit of cheese. You don't have to. Last time we just had them with just meat, but I have all these leftovers from a video that I just did, so I'm gonna use these. And then a little bit of ground beef. You don't want it to come out the side, but your dough is stretchy enough that you can pull it and you can manipulate it still. So I wanna make sure that a little jalapeno is inside my olive. And I'm gonna go ahead and fold my empanada. You can use your fork. Use your fork to crimp the sides. And don't forget that vent pocket right there at the top. We'll set that aside. This one, I'll just do regular ground beef with no cheese. It's not that much. And I'm going to use a leftover portion of a hard-boiled egg. Bring my top up, pinch down my sides. And instead of using my fork to crimp my sides, I'm going to go ahead and just use my fingers. And there you go. I got my vent pocket on top. I'm going to go ahead and make a few more, and then I'm going to pop them in the oven. So the first batch of empanadas came out of the oven. Can you remember which one doesn't have the egg wash? This one right here. So you can see how it does look different, and it will affect the overall appearance of your empanadas. So you decide whether you want to use an egg, or you can use milk or water, or you can use nothing. I'm going to let these cool, and then I'll go ahead and plate them up. Homemade enchiladas. Chicken fajita and seasoned ground beef with olives, and some have a hard-boiled egg, cheese as well. Pepper jack cheese is what I used. Just delicious and crispy, nice and flaky. I've served it alongside with some guacamole, sour cream, and some salsa that I made. And some lime if you so choose. Hi, Mr. Ducky. There we go. Now, these are clearly you can eat on the run, on the go, anytime. But if you're gonna make this as a meal, you can serve it alongside a salad or rice and beans, whatever you choose. Just make it however you want. So I hope the main takeaway from my video was that you can make empanadas with leftovers right from your refrigerator. Any kind of meat, vegetables, if all you have are rice, beans, and cheese, or even just rice and beans, make some dough and stuff them up, bake them in the oven. They'll be delicious. Serve it alongside your favorite hot sauce or dipping sauce, and you're on the go. It's gonna be amazing. So this will make a great budget meal. And for all you preppers out there, go ahead and pull out that canned meat if you're keeping it in your rotation. You gotta get rid of it. You gotta restock some new stuff. So go ahead and use up your prepper pantries to make some empanadas as well. Well, I'm glad that you guys stayed, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.